and I see what computations were made. So if I open this, and this is item 1, and then Excel is here, and the formatted sheet, I can just put this at my screen. Yeah, of course the data is a lot. If I zoom, you may not of course see some data, but I just want to take a screenshot of this. Let me see. Anyway, let me zoom in, though it is very tiny, but let me take a screenshot, and I highlight, I crop. Yeah, after cropping, I go to Word and paste what I have cropped there. Let me close this. So this is a sample, just like I'm saying a sample. If you need the actual thing, you click at the link, you see the actual thing. That is just a sample right there, and it was under the findings heading. Now, after me doing that, I went to something else. I went to after doing the findings, I went to interpretation, because the heading, I'm supposed to go to interpretation right there. I'm supposed to go to interpretation, Control X. This should be here, Control V, so that I remain in this. So interpretation. Yeah, so under the interpretation, I just came up with some data that I placed under interpretation. The data above was both numerical and visual, and it can be used or interpreted in a way that, yeah, the best student was that one, the worst student was that one, the best done subject was this, the worst done subject was this. That is my interpretation I came up with. Okay, so also they needed a recommendation. Then the recommendation was, let me close Excel. Yes, the recommendation was this, that for subjects that have a few learners receiving rewards, they should add in this, and these ones that are doing well, they should stay doing this. That's the recommendation. It's what I recommend. It's what I came up with. Yes, and then after the recommendation, I was supposed to come up with, is it a conclusion? No, financial summary before the conclusion. So here I came up with a financial summary. So financial summary, it's about the money that was spent. For example, the financial summary has been displayed in the image below. I used an image, and the total amount spent by the school was that. So this data, I can place it here, yeah, and my image will go here. Now the image of the money that was spent, of course, I'm going to pick it from Excel, and my Excel is here. So the money, I think the money thing is here. I can just zoom in this, and I just take a screenshot of only this part that was to do with money. That part that was to do with money. Then I just go to Word and paste it right there. So I can paste, because the financial summary has been displayed in the image below, and that is the image of the financial summary. So I can conclude my report. So I can decide to conclude my report with a conclusion, because I've mentioned the financial summary. I can decide to conclude it with this conclusion right here. So I can put a heading conclusion. Yeah, and let me see whether I have some conclusion here that with the introduction, findings, and all that, the school should be in place to make decisions for the betterment of it, prepared by McMarvin Kasozi P, ICT assistant. Yes, because the question was tasking you to be an ICT assistant to someone other in charge when that person responsible is not around. Now, this is just a report, and of course, the rest of the editing can be done based on the learner's creativity. The rest of the editing can be done based on the learner's creativity. Yeah, this is the heading, and sorry, this is the heading that can be underlined, of course, and these are the subheadings, introductions, findings. I think they are clear. This one is the sample. Though the image is being pushed down, let me push the sample as well down. So the sample is there, and yeah, then interpretation, recommendation, financial summary can be pushed down, and the conclusion right there. So for the learner to indicate that the work is theirs, they can decide to put their name in the header section. Very important in a paper. You put your name in the header section in case you print. Yeah, you see your name on top of that paper. Now I can decide to even put a watermark for professionalism in the company, custom, and it can be a text watermark that is APE primary school. Yeah, and I can decide to give that watermark a certain color that is not that shouting. etc. You can decide to put a lot of features like borders. You can put a border, a color border, line border, at the whole document here. And let me go back to border. Let me make it a box and a red border, and it is in 3 points. That is something like a report, and it's taking shape. So for the report, I can decide to conclude it with a table of contents, just a simple one. A table of content in my report. I can decide to push this down, so that the first page can have a simple table of contents in the report. So I can give it a heading: report table of content. Report table of content, and put this that side, remove the underlining and the bold, and reduce on the size. So for me to make a table of content that is a simple one, I just highlight these headings and I just give them the heading one style. Just each and every heading, I can decide to give it a heading one style. This one is a finding, and this one also I can give it a heading one style. Sorry, heading one style, then interpretation, hold control, save time, recommendation, and financial summary, then conclusion. I can decide to give it a heading one style. And at the top here, I can just decide to create a simple table of contents from references, then table of content, an automatic one, so that it is displayed there. I can highlight it to give it a bigger size. Yeah, just a bigger size. And a report can also have page numbers because it's having sorry, this was the header section. Just need to give it a, is it page number at the bottom? Yeah, bottom is better, and I close that. So I can extend this to the top. I can extend this to the top. Then the financial summary, extend it to the top. Yeah, and then I can go with that as my report for ABE primary school. So I can close this, and of course the rest of the programs were just add-ons where they should not take a learner a lot of time. They should just take you a few minutes if at all you've decided to use them. But the first two I've used were the most crucial programs required in that question. Though I decided to just come up with PowerPoint because admins could have meetings. Yeah, admins can have meetings, and PowerPoint presentation can be very important to them. ABE ABE presentation that can be used in admin meetings. ABE presentation that can be used in admin meetings. I just open this and I just put a few content there. Take an example. The first slide, it could just be a title slide with just maybe the title is ABE Primary School. ABE Primary School additional content that can be used in administration meetings prepared by Marvin Kasozi B. School ICT in charge. Yeah, so and then you can just highlight this. Just creativity by applying the colors we've been applying from the start. We've been using these two colors from the start. Even from our, I think even from our Excel, we've been using those colors from the start. Let's see, okay. Yeah, and the second slide, something small for a presentation. You don't waste a lot of time with presentation because um, it's not that required as compared to the Excel and Word of this question. So this is introduction and data, introduction and data concerning ABE primary school. And the simple data I put here, I think getting it from my reports. I was getting it from my reports. Yeah, it was, I guess, the introduction here. I was getting it from my reports. Of course, to save the time. That is the introduction, and I changed the bullet here. This is important, and can decide to put this in the center with a slightly bigger size.